In this episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast, we are finishing up our series on oppositional defiant disorder. This is part 4. If you haven't listened to the past 3 episodes, you can jump back or you can listen to it after this one. You'll get all the information eventually. And we're giving away free stuff. Hang in there, folks. We'll be right back.
Yes. This sounds like something for the authorities in Detroit.
Well, joke's on you. I'm living to 102 and then dying, like the city of Detroit.
Guys like this antique over here out of Detroit.
Spawned in the hellfires of Motown.
Take him to Detroit.
No, not Detroit. No, please. Anything but that. No.
Stationed in Drambuie. It's worse than Detroit.
We did not have, as a unit, the confidence that we felt like we needed to beat Detroit.
Let's go to Detroit. Now you're talking, brother.
I don't think so. He plays for Detroit now.
Do they have many farms in Detroit?
Detroit. It's in Michigan.
I go to school. I know where Detroit is.
Get ready for the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright, originating from the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. He has hypnotized thousands of people from all over the United States. David R. Wright has been featured on news outlets all across the country and is the clinical director of an outpatient mental health and hypnosis clinic located just south of Detroit, where he helps people daily using the power of hypnosis. Welcome, the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright.
What is going on, my friends? It is David Wright, the Motor City Hypnotist, and we are back with another episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast.
I'm new.
That is Matt Fox, the other voice you hear.
So new.
He's getting back into the saddle. We've been off for about a month. Well, I have been off for a month.
Hit the button,
Matt's
Matt.
been here, but whatever. That's Matt Fox, the other voice you hear.
Hi, David.
We're hanging out here on a Monday evening in the palatial Podcast Your Voice, Southfield Studios.
We are back.
Hanging out, doing a podcast.
Yes, sir.
Again, I typically do this every 4 or 5 podcasts, but reach out to Podcast Your Voice. If you want to do a podcast, I know there are millions of podcasts out there, but whatever your interest is, there is a podcast that you can do, and people will listen to it.
Aglets.
You
know what an aglet is?
That's the hole for your shoelace. Yeah.
They're podcast about
I'm
aglets.
sure. I probably so. I mean, pick a subject. There's probably a podcast for it.
There's a podcast for sea cucumbers too.
It's all good. Sea cukes. What's the name of it? Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. So we're here, folks. Before we get started, let me tell you where you can find me. My website, motorcityhypnotist.com. Check that out, especially if you're looking to book a show, especially if you are running a fair or a festival of some type. Definitely summer season is summer for fairs. I will be at the Ogama County Fair in August coming up. So right now, that's the only fair I have scheduled, but that could change if somebody comes and books at motorcityhypnotist.com. My social media links, Facebook and YouTube, are both Motor City Hypnotist, and Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok are Motor City Hypno, HYPNO. And as we've done every episode going back to number 1, and we're in the 340s right now, text the word hypnosis to 313-800-8510. Within a few moments, you'll get a text message with a free downloadable PDF. It's a hypnosis guide that I've written. It will also give you a link to my Google business page where hopefully you will leave a review of the show, which would be greatly appreciated. And also, wherever you're listening, whatever platform, whether it be iTunes or Stitcher or Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, subscribe there and also leave a review on the podcast platform. Because again, that gets us into more people's faces and we get more listeners.
We're coming into your home.
Yep. We'll knock on your door. Yes. All righty.
All right.
It's time.
Here we go.
That's how winning is done.
Okay.
All righty. After a serious crash on a rural British Columbia highway, a woman and her husband had to search for days to find their missing dog, Daisy.
Aww.
Along the way, they experienced just about every kind of help imaginable until 96 hours after their crash, They were finally reunited with their Australian shepherd.
4 days later.
Yeah. Dira Jordan and her husband Sharon were struck in Kelowna, BC by a pickup truck that ran the pair of them off the road. Their car rolled over and Jordan suffered a series of small injuries. When the crashing and rolling stopped, all Jordan could think about was Daisy, her dog, who wasn't there.
Sorry.
Ignorant of her injury, she began to search until, at the insistence of first responders, she was taken to the nearest hospital.
Okay.
It was soon obvious that nothing serious was hiding under her scrapes and bruises, and the doctor eagerly discharged Jordan to go look for their dog. Meanwhile, while responding to another call, a local member of the all-volunteer Central Okanagan Search and Rescue asked the Royal Canadian Mounted Police about the sirens he had heard earlier and was told 2 cars had rolled over on the highway near Kelowna. Rescue member Forrest Kellerman got home and looked up more information on Jordan and Daisy's crash and saw a notice that an Australian shepherd was missing. Whether it was the passion for finding people that saw him join the search and rescue volunteers, or whether it was his own Australian shepherd staring at him in the eye that afternoon. So he also has an Australian shepherd.
Got it.
But Kellerman and his wife Tracy decided they were going to go find Daisy and bring her home safely. The next day, they spent hours searching the area around the crash site. The day after that, they met Dira and Sharon, who had hardly slept since the crash. By then, the whole community had got wind of the ordeal and came out to help, either physically searching, providing a thermal imaging drone, or even just bringing out hot meals. People were bringing us food, satellite links, everything imaginable. Like volunteers were coming out of the woodwork just to complete strangers. It was so emotional. On the 4th day, Tracy still felt compelled to go look for Daisy, and so the Kellermans went to the crash site where Tracy decided to do what could have been described as the obvious, in the immediate vicinity of the collision. The man who hit Jordan with his truck was still hospitalized with serious injuries, and his truck was still lying in the brush.
Oh my goodness.
Approaching, Tracy suddenly saw movement, a small face with big eyes. It was Daisy. She was sitting on the passenger seat
of the
truck, of the other one. Yeah, the truck that rolled over. She didn't make any sudden movements, but began sweetly talking to the dog while calmly alerting Forrest on the road to go and get Jordan. The dog mom couldn't hold back her emotions upon seeing Daisy, who whimpered intensely at seeing Jordan. Like Jordan herself, Daisy was no worse for wear after the crash, and the two went home delighted in their good fortune and in the kindness of strangers that brought it about.
I chuckled at the beginning because the husband, he's got injuries.
Yes.
And she's like, "Where's my dog?"
Yes. She just leaves. Ignoring him.
And
just
this is why
dog.
we need seat belts for puppies.
Yes.
Aw, look at that.
Yep. There's the husband.
Yeah.
With Daisy. With Daisy. Yeah. All right.
That's great.
So
I'm
anyway,
glad they found her.
I mean, for a rollover crash and a dog not to be hurt.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
That is
because I mean, humans are strapped in. I mean, of course they're still going to get cut and bruised or whatever. But hey, the dogs seem to come out of it the best.
Daisy's part cat.
Maybe. Yeah, definitely winner of the week.
That's how winning is done.
Oh boy.
Yes, it is. All right.
So back to
part 4.
So part 4 of oppositional defiant disorder. And again, I know we stretch these out sometimes, but the big thing is I want you to get all the information. And sometimes, 20 minutes is not enough to cover everything. But we don't want to make the podcast 2 hours long either, because that's not consumable. It's just a lot of, it's a lot of time to be listening. So that's why I put it into half-hour episodes. Yeah. So this is part 4 of oppositional defiant disorder. In episode 3, we kind of covered why teens have more of an issue with ODD.
The adolescent
we talked about
side of it,
emotional dysregulation and the role of trauma. And then we talked about some effective approaches as far as therapy goes. And again, I want to re-hit this one because this one really kind of hit for me. Collaborative problem solving, a model developed by Dr. Ross Green, and it focuses on identifying lagging skills. And the philosophy of that approach, kids do well if they're able. meaning you have to give them the opportunity to do so. That one really struck with me. Also, dialectical behavior therapy, which is commonly known as DBT. And then we talked about parent coaching and individual therapy for the kids.
Right.
And then we got into the medication part as far as
the SSRIs,
the atypical antipsychotics. So we covered some of that.
The Quaaludes. Yep. Got that.
So I want to hit on this again. We hit this right at the end of last episode, but I really want to do this because this is an important one to revisit. The things that make things worse.
Ooh, yeah.
And I hate to do this with an analogy, but because I'm not comparing kids to animals, but it's you can tell how a parent treats their children by the way they treat their dogs.
Yeah.
If they scream and yell at their dog, I guarantee you they're screaming and yelling at their kids.
Sure.
And again, yelling is not, that's the most destructive thing you can do.
That's escalation.
It's escalation.
Yeah.
Humiliating a child. You're no good. You're a piece of shit. Whatever. I mean,
damn.
Some parents could be that blunt. I would hope not. But and here's one I want to expound on this because we kind of brushed by it last time. Inconsistent discipline.
Inconsistent discipline.
This is the biggest challenge for parents. And when I work with parents, I say, listen, you have to be consistent. So we need to now lay out a specific plan on what are your specific actions if A, B, or C happens.
I wouldn't say, I will almost want to say expectations. What are your expectations by, with your child? And that's what needs to get laid. That's the groundwork, the expectations.
Well, what happens typically, and I shouldn't say typically, but in a large number of cases, parents react. They discipline out of a reaction, not out of a planned structure.
No, they discipline out of emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the wrong way to do it, because typically when we discipline, we're angry, we're out of control, we're emotional dysregulated ourselves. So you have to be consistent with discipline, and it can't be a surprise to the child. You can't say to a kid, you're grounded for a week because you did this, if that wasn't the setup ahead of time, if that wasn't known beforehand. Because at that point, as a parent, and I have had parents who've said, I'm the parent, they just need to listen. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I understand what you're saying, but that defiance that you're not going to win a confrontation with an adolescent.
No,
it's just going to go south. So the discipline needs to be consistent, and the adolescent involved needs to know what to expect. So what I do with parents and adolescents is I have them sign a contract. We write it out, say, okay, these are your responsibilities, and these are the things that we want to avoid, and have both the parents and the kids sign it. And that's so the kid knows exactly, okay, if I do A, this is what the consequence is.
Let me show you what a notary is. Come here.
Right. But I mean that even though that's largely symbolic in a way, but the point is you want to have buy-in from both parties, that both sides understand exactly how things work, because unless you have that set up, it's just reactionary.
Being a policy person, procedures type person.
Right.
According to paragraph 2, part A, second sentence in, you said you would. That would be
well. I mean, but that's something we can go back to, because again, when the child at some point, or when the adolescent at some point has some defiance, you can just say, it's right here.
You said
this is exact. You sign this, so you understand this is what happens.
Well, I renounce what I signed.
Yeah, I know. But that one again, I really wanted to focus on that, because when adults escalate, the kid is going to escalate, and then nothing good happens from that. Nothing. It becomes a cycle. It becomes this cycle of blow ups, settle down, hope it doesn't happen again, blow up, and that cycle just continues.
But yeah, contract is the expectations of certain actions that may happen.
Yep. So what helps most as far as the research shows? So there are definitely some protective factors that can help somebody with ODD. Warm, stable relationships. Now, when I say that, there's already going to be a challenge if there's some marital conflict.
Sure.
Because that's just going to funnel down into the family. So the child needs to experience warm, stable relationships. If, parents who might be single and they're dating, totally fine. But having different people every 3 months in and out, it's not consistent. It's not stable. It doesn't provide that warm stability that adolescents need. We talked about it as far as the inconsistent discipline, consistent expectations. That's another thing that helps the most. No, you can't change what your expectations are and expect the kid to be able to follow. It has to be laid out and know exactly.
As they get older, those expectations can change. They become more stringent based on the career that this person, the child wants to move in.
Right.
It's about behavior.
Yeah.
And those expectations can change, but the child, the adolescent, the teenager, they need to be a part of those changes.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it needs to be a team effort.
Pivot.
And I know as parents I've done it as a parent myself. It's like you just want to pull rank and say, I'm the parent, you're the kid. F off.
Yeah.
In an essence, but that's not constructive. That doesn't help anything. Emotional coaching. Here's another thing where adults can model behaviors they want their kids to follow. So if the parents have difficulty with emotional regulation, chances are the kids are probably going to have the same issues. Predictable routines. This is a big one because a lot of times with ODD, there is a level of anxiety and the kids need structure. Adolescents need structure. And if you don't have a predictable routine, that can throw them off.
You know what the toughest part for children, for kids, teenagers is the summertime.
Yes.
Because during the school year, they're up at a certain time. Then hopefully the parents are getting them to bed at a certain time. They say, go to bed. And then they sit there on their phones until 2 a.m. And then they're up at 6:30. They get 4 hours of sleep. And they progressively get worse.
And then they wonder why their grades are bad at school.
And then the summer comes.
Yeah.
And you have to set that expectation of you are up and moving by this time because you will not spend your entire summer in your bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, that's setting routines. What we talked about in one of the earlier sections, positive reinforcement. The positive reinforcement, and this has been shown by far through many different studies to be more effective than punishment. It just is. The other thing you want to look for is school support. Most students who have issues at school, whether it's behavioral or academic, there are plans that you can do, an IEP plan that you can put into place. They have to address that. So that is something you need to have support from school as well, because kids spend 6-7 hours a day at school,
especially if you know that your child was diagnosed, they have a learning disorder. That's where the IEP is really helpful to keep them on track.
Correct.
So they're not getting behind with the schoolwork.
Absolutely.
They're being assigned.
Right. And here's the kind of the running theme with ODD is that these kids and adolescents, they're constantly getting negative feedback. You're bad, you're stupid, you're hopeless, you're a failure. And when kids start to hear that over and over again, it's just going to compound the issues they're having. It's not going to help anything. So positive relationships can radically alter the outcomes of somebody with ODD. It really is. It's you're investing emotions in your child. So what about prognosis? A lot of times families dealing with ODD, they feel isolated, they feel alone, but this is not uncommon. This is a very common thing for adolescents to go through. But improvement is absolutely possible. Many adolescents mature into very well-functioning adults with therapy, structure, emotional support, medication, if it's appropriate, and consistent caregiving. So, and I know, even as a human being, we want results immediately. We want it to happen right now, but this will take some time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You can't just flip a switch, just like your own therapy journey. You're not going to resolve everything in an hour. It takes time to rewire all of these thoughts and these patterns that we've developed over years.
Sure.
So yes, recovery is rarely overnight and it often comes in stages. So what you're going to be looking for to see so how do we measure progress on somebody with ODD? Fewer explosions,
right?
Improved communication, better school functioning, whether that's academically or just even behaviorally,
socially.
Yep. Increased emotional awareness and stronger relationships.
Okay.
So small improvements matter more because you're never going to get these big seismic shifts. These are all going to be small improvements that add up over time.
I think Bill Murray said it best when Richard Dreyfuss said, "Baby steps."
Yeah. I mean that and that applies to therapy in general too.
Yeah.
It applies to all of us. So whenever we talk about diagnoses, we always want to break it down, and I don't want to make it any of these diagnoses seem simplistic because they're not. They're all involved. They all have a lot of moving parts. In ODD, it is a complicated disorder. It not only affects behavior, it affects relationships, it affects emotional development, it affects the family system. So, but the big thing to know is that it's not beyond help, that there are ways to make things better. So here's the question that needs to be changed. Instead of adults saying, what's wrong with this child? That, of course, is the question that most people would say.
What's your major malfunction, pile?
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? Mommy and daddy give you enough attention when you were a kid?
Go on.
Yeah. So instead of saying what's wrong with this child, the question should be, what skills or support does this child need? And it's just a different way to approach it. You're approaching it from the positive, like, how can I help? Not you're bad. Because the label doesn't help anything. It just makes things wrong. It makes things worse.
You want to be the catalyst of change for good.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
And the proper, support that you want to get, that you want to be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem.
Absolutely. And again, it is difficult. And for yourself, I would say to adults who are dealing with this, parents who are dealing with this, you need to have your own therapist. You need to be working on your own self, because the better you are, the better you're able to help your child and have that emotional recognition and positive support. And
it takes practice. It
does.
Takes a commitment from the parent to change their thinking in that regard.
Yep.
You may have said some bad things, some heinous things in the past.
It is so easy to become angry and just say, "Oh, this kid, I mean that's the natural.
Yeah.
This little a-hole is ruining my life." I mean, people have said this to me.
But when it comes to just normal things that should happen automatically, that any human being with common sense, you turn off the lights, you make sure your laundry's being done, you make sure you get up on time, you brush your teeth, you are hygienically sound. These are basic things, and parents flip when those basic things are being met. These are really easy items to sit down and have a human conversation with your child over.
And those things are challenges for many kids and adolescents.
Yes.
And it's not a matter of them not wanting to do it. It's just that they
don't think about
it. They just can't get it.
They don't think.
And that's why you work with them to teach them to teach them how to moderate their emotions, to help them have better self-esteem.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, these are all symptoms of low self-esteem: being late, poor hygiene, not being responsible. These are all signs of low self-esteem and low confidence. So that is what we need. We need to work on you need to work on the inside coming out, not the outside going in.
Sure. I like that.
Yes. And that's just something I just came up with. But that's really what therapy is. You're working from the inside out. Ding. There we go.
Got it.
Ding. So here's the thing. You can see a change. it just has to be done. And if you need help with that, that's when you seek out professional help. Seek out a therapist.
Yep.
Seek out a child psychiatrist just to review if medication might be a possibility. Again, not an answer, but it could help.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say this, and you need to work on yourself as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
By doing that, you're going to help your kid.
Sure. Amen.
Because it puts you in a better mental state and also will give you the tools to implement some of these things we talked about without being reactionary and without always being overwhelmed. Because at least you have a plan at that point, and you have an advocate. You have a therapist or a doctor who is helping you with this.
Right. Talking.
That's the big thing. Yep. All
Good
righty.
stuff.
That is oppositional defiant disorder. So we're gonna move into a similar area on our next episode or two. Well, it depends. Might be 5. So who knows? Who knows? Because we don't know until we get into it sometimes.
Okay. Go on.
But we're going to talk next episode about IED. So IED is intermittent explosive disorder.
Oh, I thought you were talking about birth control.
No, that's IUD.
No, don't shut me
Sorry,
up.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah. But it's in the similar vein as ODD, but it's much more explosive. Thus the term. And we're going to get into that. Also, before we go today, we do have somebody who needs to be adopted. But before we do that, we're going to attempt to do this year a Motor City Hypnotist Academy in August.
Okay.
So the dates are set. I'm going to say, I'm looking at my calendar real quick. It would be the 24th through
it's sometime
24th through the 27th
of August. Okay.
Yes. I'm getting the date numbers wrong. I take that back. It's on my website.
Okay.
Look it up. I should just go to my website.
Yeah, you should.
I mean, that would be the easiest thing, dude.
So while you're doing that, the Motor City Hypnotist Academy is for folks that want to become licensed,
people that want to learn hypnosis,
learn hypnosis to become
a
certified
hypnotist. Yes.
Certified hypnotist, not licensed, certified.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
3-day course.
5-day
course.
5 days, 8 hours.
All right.
The date is.
You can do it. I know you can.
Yeah, I'm on the page.
I believe in you.
August 6th through the 10th.
Okay.
It's a Thursday through Monday.
Okay.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Wow,
5
okay.
days.
Okay.
40 hours. Check it out. It's on the website. It's open. It's active. So check it out. Go to motorcityhypnotist.com/academy and it'll take you right to the page and you can read all about it.
Fantastic.
Yep. So, we'll be pushing that this year. Hopefully we can get some people trained. And if you want to learn how to do hypnosis, and here's a couple of things I want to push this. I'm going to teach you how to hypnotize people with live people. Now, here's the thing. You could do these trainings online that might cost you $100. You could learn it online, maybe, but it's not likely unless you're with real people actually doing it. That is the only way you're going to learn and be confident in it. So this academy is specifically set up for beginners, no experience, no degrees required. You just come in. I spend 5 days with you and I teach you what I do.
I love that.
So there, check that out on the website. There's only 10 spots. I'm going to throw that out there as well because it's hard to manage more than that. But yeah, 10 spots. And it's coming up
in August.
In August, we got about a month and a couple of weeks.
August 6th through 10th.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All righty, folks. Before we go, somebody needs a home.
Who is it?
It's Bones.
Okay.
Now, I picked Bones just because of the photo, Matt. This is a Mastiff.
Okay.
She's 4 years, 2 months old, 95 pounds, big girl.
It's a big girl, yeah.
She's good with dogs and cats.
Okay.
Doesn't mention kids. The reason I brought this one.
Oh, look at her. Look at the marbling on that puppy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I just love that she's hugging this teddy bear.
Literally hugging the teddy bear. All right. So I
Bones.
did it with the last dog where his name was Ricky and he should call Schroeder.
Yeah. This
Bones, McCoy.
Yeah.
Come on.
McCoy, of course. Bones needs a home. Taylor Animal Shelter. She needs a place.
Yeah.
I know she's a big dog, but
if you have a big yard.
Yeah, if you have a big yard and you like big dogs.
Yeah.
Bones needs a home.
Gosh.
All righty, folks. That is our show. Join us next Monday as we record live on Facebook Live on my Motor City Hypnotist Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, change your thinking, change your life, laugh hard, run fast, be kind. We'll see you next time.